To protect my daughter, I trapped her in a small machine, less than 10 square meters. Every time I brought supplies, we kept our distance. My daughter had a rare disease and could only breathe filtered air. I thought she'd live her whole life in this coffin, but then the unexpected happened. The purification system suddenly powered on, and even worse, yellow gas began pouring out into the streets. Anyone who inhaled it collapsed. I walked down the street confused, but before I could take more than a few steps, a larger wave of gas rushed toward me. I froze, and the gas hit me head on. The street turned into chaos. I ran home as fast as I could. Once I got inside, I pulled my wife away from the window. The next second, the toxic gas surrounded the window, seeping in through every crack. With my daughter in the purification room, I set it to energy-saving mode, and quickly grabbed my wife to leave. The gas was rapidly moving upstairs. We had no choice but to run to the top floor. A kind elderly couple lived there, and they let us in. We stepped onto the balcony, looking down at the terrifying scene below, speechless. But that wasn't the worst part. The entire city was covered in toxic fog. The gas had caused a power outage, and though my daughter was safe in the purification system, the backup battery wouldn't last until tonight. I decided to take the risk and go downstairs to change the battery. I carefully tested the air. The gas was invisible and odorless, but deadly. Changing the battery would take over 10 minutes, which most people wouldn't survive. I suddenly remembered an elderly man downstairs who always kept oxygen tanks in his house. For my daughter, I decided to climb down using the water pipes. Before entering the toxic fog, I took a deep breath, holding it in, and quickly made it to the target floor. I broke through a window and entered the elderly